Hey, it's Danielle McCully here in Seattle, also known as DMAC, and today I wanted to talk about the Agimat real quick because a lot of people are still struggling with their entries on the lower time frames. So I wanted to show you a simple technique that you can use that's going to help you set yourself up for a more successful trade. Excuse the lisp. I have my Invisalign in. I hate how I sound right now, so please bear with me, okay? But anyway, right now I have GJ pulled up on the, I have GJ pulled up on the 4 hour. So I'm still getting people saying that, they're entering on the Agimat and then the market is turning around and it's going against them. And my question to them is always, are you analyzing those higher time frames? Are you using multiple time frame analysis, or are you just looking at that 15-minute and then just going off the 15-minute? So if you are the type of person that's only looking at that 15-minute chart and going off of that, then you're probably going to run into that a little more, that issue more than you want to, because I think if you're just going off the 15-minute, you are majority of the time, I think, not all the time, but most of the times you're going to set yourself up where you're trading against the big boys like the banks and things like that. So analyzing those higher time frames are very helpful. Like I said, I like to start with the daily. Sometimes I'll look at the weekly and the daily just to get the overall trend. But as far as analyzing, I like to start with the 4 hour. And I don't care what type of trader you are, if you are intraday, swing, scalper, you know, it's still helpful. So it doesn't matter what your trading style is. I would just say if you are more of a scalper, you may want to start on the 1 hour and then look for your entries on the 15-minute. I know a lot of people like to use the 5 minute, so you can look for entries on that as well. But I like to start with the 4 hour. And this is something you can do that's really simple. It is going to require some discipline and some patience, but if you follow this little strategy, it will save you from entering, on those lower time frames and then having the market turn and go against you. So right now I have GJ pulled up on the 4 hour, and you can see here it's showing a downtrend. You have Maxwell confirming that. If I hop down to the 1 hour, it's also going down here. The 30-minute downtrend. The 15-minute is showing an uptrend. So this is where people are getting confused, I guess, or entering and then sometimes having the market go against them. Now it doesn't happen like that all the time, but I'm just making this video because this could be the issue, and maybe it's not. I don't know. So what you can do is you can start on the 4 hour, put draw your little vertical line here. This is done repainting, hopefully. You do have the white entry confirmation arrow as well as the little red dot there. So I think this is a pretty good signal. And you do have like a whole candle closing beneath this angular momentum indicator. All right. But if you come down here on the Maxwell, you'll see that price is going to pull back a little bit. So you're gonna get a nice little pullback. Maybe it'll come up here, retest this resistance zone, maybe form a double top and then drop or something. I don't know. But you're gonna get a nice little pullback and then it's going to drop. So once you have this vertical line drawn on your chart, if you drop down to the 15-minute, you can see where that line is. And at this point, so this is showing a nice little pullback. So on the 15, I bet this is that pullback. So if you get in here for the buy, and then, all of a sudden it turns around and goes against you, then that's probably why. Like I said, I'm not saying this is exactly the case every time, but a lot of the times, these signals are just pullbacks of the bigger trend on the higher time frames. So you can see the little line here from the 4-hour chart. And at this point, because it's a downtrend, and that's your counter trend trading, but if you want to trade the trend, at this point after this, I would be looking for selling opportunities. I wouldn't be looking to buy because remember, here it's showing a downtrend on the 1-hour and the 30-minute. They're all showing a downtrend. So it's just something, this simple that you can do. Place that line right there. You know that this is trending down on the higher time frame. So these lower time frames are the smaller moves within those bigger time frames. So that's why it makes sense that sometimes the 15-minute is showing an uptrend when the higher time frames are showing a downtrend. But the idea setup is you want to find a pair where all the time frames align. I mean, that's going to give you the highest success rate for the trade. And they're hard to find sometimes. I don't know, is the market open? Maybe. Looks like it. But they're hard to find sometimes, but that's the idea setup that you want to look for. You want to find a pair that's trending the same direction on all time frames. That way, you have a better chance of having a successful trade. But really, that's it. That's all I want to go over. So, you draw your little vertical line, hop down to the lower time frames, and trade the trend. So wait for this pullback. Like this is a 30-minute. You don't want to trade these signals anyway, but wait for the pullback and then wait for the trend to continue down, and that's when you would be looking for your entries. Same with the 15-minute. The 5-minute, I guess it would be the same too, but I just go with the 15-minute because I hardly ever use the one in the 5-minute. So that's pretty much it. These candles are weird. I'm just not used to the Hikanashi candles, but this looks like this could be a nice little bearish flag or something here going. So I don't know. You just have to see. But the main idea of it, like I said, is to analyze those higher time frames and analyze those higher time frames, and they will definitely help you with your entries on the 15-minute. So don't just go off of the 15-minute chart. You can keep trying. I mean, I guess there's some people that do, but they probably understand a little bit more of price action, if they're able to do that. These candles just look weird to me. I haven't used the Hikanashi candles in a long time, so they're hard to read. They're not hard to read, but the candlestick patterns are unclear. All right, so again, just analyzing those higher time frames. If you are scalping, start with the 1 minute. Start with the hour and then drop down to the 30 if you want, or the 15-minute. But make sure that you are trading the trend. All right, so that's all I wanted to share today because I know a lot of people are still struggling with their entries. And I've said this before, like the Agimat is great. It's a great system if you have other confluences with it. So, if you're following the rules, that's fine. That should get you some better results, but the market is kind of, it does its own thing sometimes. So sometimes even following the rules, you may enter here and then it'll still pull back on you or something like that. So just yeah, practice analyzing those higher time frames. You know, look at the daily to see what the overall trend is. You know, drop down to the 4 hour. You can start on the 4 hour, you can start on the 1 hour. It's totally up to you, but yeah, just try that and yeah, see how it goes. And I'd be interested to know if that helped you guys or not. So you can leave a comment below the video. You know, if you try it out, say, hey, no, that didn't work. I'm still struggling or whatever. But it's just a tip. It's just a strategy that you can use. Try it and yeah, let me know how it goes. All right. Hopefully everybody has a good trading week this week. And in our Telegram group, um, I forget, it was like over 700 pips I caught last week. So starting to get some consistency here, which I like. And hopefully looking forward to another great week this week. So hopefully you guys are in Telegram, my private Telegram. If you're not, hit me up on Facebook and I will shoot you the link. All right. So have a good day. Sunday fun day. The markets will be opening soon. I'll be just sitting on the sidelines today watching, but happy trading to everyone and I will see you in the next video.